Halloween 2 is written and directed by Rob Zombie. Halloween 2 is a horror thriller slasher film. This film has a lot of the same actors returning in the same roles they had in Zombie's 2007 Halloween film. Halloween 2 stars Malcolm McDowell as Dr. Samuel Loomis, Scout Taylor Compton as Laurie Strode, Danielle Harris as Annie Brackett, Brad Dourif as Sheriff Lee Brackett, Sherry Moon Zombie as Deborah Myers, and Tyler Main as adult Michael Myers. This film also has some new characters such as Margot Kidder as Dr. Barbara Collier, Chase Wright Bannock as young Michael Myers, Richard Riel as Buddy the Night Watchman at Haddonfield Memorial Hospital, and Octavia Spencer as Nurse Daniels. This film is rated R for strong, brutal, bloody violence throughout, terror, disturbing graphic images, language, and some crude sexual content, as well as nudity. This most certainly is not, and I repeat, not a movie for children or teenagers. I would say 22 years of age and older. This movie has a runtime of 1 hour and 45 minutes. It was released in theaters in the United States on Friday, August 28, 2009. Halloween 2 is a sequel to Rob Zombie's 2007 Halloween remake. Despite the film's title, it is not a remake of the 1981 film of the same name, directed by Rick Rosenthal. 2 years after the first attack that Laurie Strode endured at the hands of her big brother Michael Myers, she is now dealing with the aftermath of not just the trauma, but survivor's guilt, and she's also still in a state of mourning over the deaths of her parents, Mason Strode, Cynthia Strode, her friend Linda Vanderklok, Linda's boyfriend, as well as Annie's boyfriend. She is now living with her friend Annie Brackett and her dad, Sheriff Lee Brackett. Laurie is dealing with all of this by hanging out with a rough group of friends, over-medicating herself, drinking, being rude to Annie. Laurie is also experiencing disturbing images and hallucination attacks that plague her and are slowly causing her to go insane. Dr. Sam Loomis survived Michael's attack and is now a well-renowned book author and is profiting off the attacks, the survivors, Michael's life, and the lives of those taken by Michael Myers. He has turned into an arrogant, self-righteous asshole and treats those closest to him on his book tour like absolute garbage. Michael has been missing for the last 2 years and is presumed dead. But Michael is really still alive, and he is living as a drifter in the countryside in a secluded barn or shack. He is also having visions of his mother's ghost and a younger version of himself, as well as a white horse. Michael's mother and the younger version of himself instruct him that it's time to bring Laurie home. Laurie's hallucinations and attacks sometimes mirror Michael's visions, which involves Deborah's ghost and a young Michael in a clown costume. Laurie's hallucinations also begin to include her acting out some of Michael's actions. The closer Michael gets, the more intense her attacks and hallucinations become. When Loomis's new book is finally released to the general public on Halloween, Laurie discovers that she is really Angel Myers, Michael's long-lost little sister, which drives her to the edge of insanity and causes more of a rift between her and Annie. She goes to a Halloween party with some of her friends to escape how she is feeling now that she knows the truth. They return home and find that Michael has already been there, but they soon realize he hasn't left yet, and Michael attacks once again. Michael finds his little sister and carries her off back to his shack for a final showdown which involves Laurie, Michael, Laurie's hallucinations, the visions of Deborah Myers, young Michael Myers, and the white horse. Dr. Sam Loomis and the police, as well as SWAT teams, arrive at the shack where Michael has taken Laurie. Against the orders of Sheriff Brackett and the other police on site, Dr. Loomis makes his way inside the shack to rescue Laurie. Okay, so there are two different versions of this film. There is the theatrical release and the director's cut. Both are the same film, but they have different endings. That is the summary synopsis for Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. Here are my negatives. This film had so much potential and could have gone in so many different directions, but instead, we just got a huge, confusing, and horrible mess. A filthy, poor white trash of a movie. This film is garbage. It is so violent, so gory, so bloody, and has so much swearing in it, it is totally ridiculous. In Laurie's bedroom and in Annie's bedroom and in the restroom that they share are where several scenes take place, and that place is horrid and disturbing. They have all this satanic stuff on the walls and around the room. It is just very disturbing and a very creepy place to be. Somewhere I wouldn't want to go. The whole premise of the ghost of Deborah Myers, young Michael Myers, and the white horse I never did understand. To me, that was just a way for Rob Zombie to have his wife in this movie. Some of the images from Laurie's and Michael's hallucinations is just weird and creepy. To be honest, it makes me think that we are in one of Freddy Krueger's hellish nightmare places from the Nightmare on Elm Street movie franchise. This movie could have been so good and had so many opportunities to take a new direction, but instead Rob Zombie decided he would rather piss off fans and completely shit on the other films and the entire franchise and just gave us a trashy movie. This reminds me of another franchise that this happened in. Director Rian Johnson did pretty much the same thing when he spit on a beloved franchise and characters and pissed off Star Wars fans everywhere in the new sequel trilogy with his film Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi. One thing that really pissed me off about this film was the fact that they didn't even use the Halloween score theme song. Not once was it used. I mean, this is a Halloween film. You gotta use it at least once, maybe twice. That was just total bullshit. The amount of cussing in this movie, it is ridiculous. It was especially ridiculous of how much cussing and all the disgusting conversations that were had in this movie. But one that stands out the most is those idiot coroner guys who hit a cow with their van and get hurt when Michael escapes. Those are my negatives. Here are my positives. Halloween 2 has, in my opinion, only two good sequences. The first being the hospital sequence, which is a dream sequence, we find out, but it's a cool callback to the 1981 Halloween 2 film, which takes place at Haddonfield Memorial Hospital. The second being the therapy scenes between Laurie Strode and Dr. Barbara Collier, played by the veteran Superman actress Margot Kidder. This film has some really good cinematography. The acting and performances, for the most part, were really good, especially Scout Taylor Compton's performance. You can tell she really gave this film her all and pushed herself out of her comfort zone and gave one hell of a great performance. I mean, it's sad that this movie is such trash and that it is not beloved by fans, since Scout Taylor Compton really pushed herself hard and came out of her comfort zone. Plus, it was great that we got to see veteran Halloween actress Danielle Harris again, and that her character Annie Brackett survived the first film, and she got to come back for this one, and she gave a great performance. Plus, seeing Brad Dourif play Sheriff Brackett again was great. I liked him as Sheriff Brackett in the first one, and I liked him even better in this one. These are about the only good things I can say about this film, so those are all my positives. It's grading time. I'm going to give Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 a big, fat F. This movie had so much potential. Rob Zombie's first Halloween film left off in a place where we could have gone anywhere with it in any direction, and this was the direction he chose. What an absolute waste. Totally ruining what could have been something special and a new direction in the Halloween franchise. Instead of doing something great, he turned this film into a filthy, poor white trash film. Unacceptable. Okay, as far as the movie review goes, that's it. Before I close out this video, I want to say one thing. I told y'all yesterday that I'm probably going to review Halloween 2018 and Halloween Kills. Well, I did a lot of thinking on the matter, and I decided that I'm going to change my mind, and I'm not going to review those two right now. I'm going to wait until after we get Halloween Ends, when that comes out in theaters next October. That way I can review those three films back to back to back, and I can review them as a trilogy, because that's what those three films are, is a trilogy. And I want to do one for 2018, then right after it, one for Kills, and then after that, one for Ends. So this is going to be my last Halloween movie review for this year. I hope you guys have enjoyed all my Halloween movie reviews so far. I've had a blast making them. It's been great. And I'm going to close this video out by saying thank you so much for watching. Good night. God bless. I love all of you. Happy Halloween.
I don't know, I wake up and I feel like I can't even breathe. They just seem to be getting worse.
I'm concerned, but gosh, I can't say that I'm surprised. I mean, it's Halloween, and Halloween is a big trigger point for you, isn't it?
Barbara, I know Michael Myers is dead. I shot him in the fucking head. I know he's not gonna come back just because of some stupid holiday.
Lori, they never found his body. So it's very hard for you to get closure on this. I mean, he's objectively dead, but he's living in your mind and he's living in your heart and your emotions. So that's the reality that we have to heal you from, which is why I say you're still in recovery.
So basically, I just have to wait until my brain heals.
Well, let's try and help your brain heal a little bit today, okay?
Okay.
Okay. How's your relationship with Annie going?
Annie?
Yeah.
Not good. I know I feel kind of shitty by saying this, but she's a constant reminder. And every time I see her face and I see those scars, I know that it's my fault. And I get angry, and there's something in my body that snaps, and I get this 0 to 100 rage, and I just want to go up to her, and I just want to. Fuck, I don't know.
Okay, finish the thought. Finish that thought, it's really important.
No, I'd rather not. You'll send me away.
I would never send you away. We're here to keep you out of the hospital. The last place you're going to heal is in a hospital.
What is that?
That's whatever you think it is what that is. The theory is that this ambiguous stimuli here will bring your subconscious thoughts into the light and illuminate them. So what do you see?
White horse.
Uh-uh.
So what does that tell you? Am I crazy or seeing?
Tells me you're a girl who likes white horses.